You see, I am trying to put together a crew for a rather lucrative expedition in the area. I have recently come into possession of a very, very old map that leads to a place called the Smuggler's Cove. What do you say? Excellent. I'm so glad you're on board. You know, I figured you have one of those faces just full of a yearning for adventure, to see things that you've never seen before, do things you've never done. I had a feeling about you. Oh, hello there. You know, it's very good to see you again. There were a few people who were talking up on deck that didn't think that an inlander like you, who had never sailed before, would actually show up today. And now all of those people owe me quite a bit of money, so thank you for coming. Let's hope for their sake that we do, in fact, find quite a bit of treasure today, because otherwise I'm not sure most of them would be able to pay me. Let's just say our ship has it's come across some tough times lately. Yeah, it's difficult being a person of trade in the world that we live in now. So many countries are getting far more strict about paperwork, about doing things in order, and about those specific countries taking their share. Makes it rather difficult to maintain a ship. So actually that's what I was doing before you came in. I was just taking inventory of everything that we've got. Now, to one person, what we have, it might look like a lot, but when you've got a ship to maintain and you've got a crew to pay and to feed, it doesn't, money doesn't stay around all that long. Let's just say that. Anyway, getting down to not all that much coin left. Hopefully I can trade some of those other jewels and things if we need to. But after our expedition today, it shouldn't matter anymore. By the way, you know that you're rather early. Dawn won't start to rise for probably at least another hour or so. Oh, couldn't sleep. Well, I guess you might as well be here then. We can maybe start you on your training a bit earlier then. You know, I actually wasn't able to sleep last night either. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. You know, when we take to port, I usually end up staying in an inn near the ship, just to be off the ship for a bit. But every once in a while, it actually seems harder to sleep when the ground isn't moving beneath my feet. You spend long enough on a ship, you get used to the swaying, the gentle rocking of the waves. Almost lulls you to sleep like your mum when you were little. Anyway, sometimes I'll wake up and because the ground isn't moving, I feel like I'm spinning. At that point, it's not worth trying to get back to sleep. Might as well get up and start getting something done, right? Anyway, you're welcome to head up to the deck. I'm sure that there are some people up there who could show you around the rigging or whatnot. Or if you'd like to stay here for a bit, I'll be done in a little bit, and then I can take you up there. Yeah, sure, of course. Not a problem. Unfortunately, I don't have all that much to count today, so it should be a rather simple job counting up our inventory. Oh, how rude of me. Can I offer you some wine? It's a very good year. Quite a delicacy, really. I know usually people think of seafarers drinking something more like rum or ale or something of the sort. But every once in a while, you just need the finer things in life. And this is a bottle that I don't share with the crew. Not your ordinary sea dogs. But if you would like a glass, I wouldn't mind sharing. You've had a bad experience with red wine. Oh, that's rather unfortunate. I suppose wine is one of those things that you could have a very bad experience with. Well, suit yourself. Anyway, get back to work, shall we? Got my captain's log here. Obviously, this has seen better days. Got dropped in the ocean once. That was quite the journey, trying to get it back and get all the pages dried out to the point where they weren't completely lost. Anyway, so I counted the coins we've got left in here. Not all that many, but you know, right now every little bit helps. But I've got some other things too. That feels like the jewelry. Let's start here, actually. Here we go. Yeah, not all that many in here anymore. Still lovely though. Lovely gems, sapphires, emeralds, diamonds. Got this lovely large pink diamond that I got from a trader in Cantergar, actually. Yes, lovely. Look at that shine. Again, looks maybe deceiving. Looks like quite a small fortune here, but you've got a whole ship to take care of. It's really not very much. Also, like I said to you before, it's sometimes difficult to get your money's worth when you're trading in things like jewels. A much better strategy to simply trade in gold. The more gold you can find, the better, really. Anyway, might as well write these down at least. So we've got one. One, two, three, four. Four emeralds. Okay. Diamonds. These were all small ones. I suppose a diamond is a diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other small diamonds. Right. I mean, that would be enough for, at least for the repairs that I would need for the ship, but you never know. Especially in a place like Tivermack. If you get enough officials all trying to keep you safe and keep things fair, that's usually when you are the least safe and things are the least fair. Unfortunately. Well, there we are. That one back. Oh, what did I have in this one? Oh right, I kept these separate. These I got from a very fascinating gnome, actually, in Asmal. Some lovely fiery red rubies. Always good for an interesting story, gnomes. Anyway, these apparently belonged to some royalty in a kingdom far, far away from here. Actually in another realm, according to the gnome. Quite lovely. Haven't been able to bring myself to part with them yet, but desperate times. Hopefully after today, I won't need to. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red rubies. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I do have something other than red wine if you would like. This is a bit stronger. Now this is something that I've only ever seen in one realm long, long ago. But it's quite good. This is my own personal stash of a liquid called whiskey. Have you ever heard of it? No, it doesn't surprise me. Hardly anyone ever has. It's, I suppose it's similar in strength to rum, but this one has a bit more of a kick to it. Almost fiery, really. Anyway, if you'd like, you can have a swig or two. Sure, yeah, go right ahead. You try that, see how you like it. Now, no obligation to drink it if you don't like it. It's not something that you sit and sip an entire large glass of this, usually, I suppose. Not when you're just starting to drink it anyway. What do you think of that? It is very strong, you're right. Like I said, you don't have to drink it. Don't have to try to impress me or anything. But if you'd like it, it's yours. At least good to warm up the bones on cold nights. Not that it's all that cold right now. Still abysmally hot most days. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, these. I'm afraid most of these are... Is it a map? Oh, this one apparently is a scroll that has some sort of enchantment on it. Yeah. Fascinating bit of magic, but I personally don't deal with magic. Far too complicated and far too many ways it could go wrong. Okay, I believe that's another map. Oh, yes, okay. Of course, I've got all of these things. Most of them I still have because not many people think they're worth anything. Fortunately. Oh, that was that portrait. Okay, definitely not ever selling that one. It was a portrait someone drew of me actually. Long ago, back when I was just a young sea pup. On my first or second expedition, I suppose. Oh, this was that letter of regard from that queen. That was an interesting story too, let me tell you. Anyway, that's not going to be worth anything to anyone. These maps, perhaps. Maybe. I suppose I'll at least document them. For now. And the scroll of magic. Coming down rather hard now. Hopefully that doesn't delay our voyage. You know, around here I've noticed that it rains very hard for a short while, but then not for another very long time. So hopefully that will clear up before we actually shove off. And the magical scroll. There. I don't know, personally I always liked the sound of the rain. Rather inviting. Alright. What about those books? I don't think this would really be worth anything. This one is just stories. I mean, I enjoy them, but I'm not sure I could really trade it for anything. Oh no, this one. This actually is a relic from, actually from this kingdom, I believe. I found it in Asmol, but apparently it is a beginner's book of spells for those gifted with, not divination magic, rune casting, that was it. Rune casting magic. Perhaps this could be of use to someone. Not that magic has been seen in these parts in quite a long time, but you never know. Oh, you see, it sounds like it's letting up already. Not to worry. Now that one I'll write down. Might be able to get something for that. Rune casting. I'm fairly certain that's what it says. I mean, I can't read that. I'm not sure what sort of language that is, but I'm fairly certain I remember them saying that it was rune casting magic. Okay. And this one. Yeah, not likely gonna get any money from that. Maybe that gnome in Kepler. Maybe she would be interested in the musings of an old pirate captain. These are the captain's log from the captain of the Silver Maiden before I took over. Yes. Quite thrilling tales. Most people probably wouldn't find that interesting, but someone who appreciates history, appreciates learning where we came from, how we got to where we are, they might like something like this. What was that one gnome peddler that I met here? Oh, ages ago, probably. Oh, 10 years ago, 15, something. She was a fascinating, fiery little gnome. She might like it. Anyway, like I'll ever run into her again. We'll write it down. Those aren't gonna not be worth anything. Forgot about this. This is some sort of very, very ancient magic on there. Got all those symbols. I can't make heads nor tails of them, but if someone knew what they were, I suppose perhaps they're incredibly valuable. I don't know. Not worth anything to me. Looks like another spell. Something. All these maps. Where is that one to? Oh, I believe Elan. That's a city in this kingdom, right? Okay. Not sure why I have that. Oh, I remember why I have that. Never mind. Never you mind. Anyway, Tivermack, I suppose I'll keep that. Oh, look at that. Kingdom of MacLeod. In all its glory, I suppose. Yeah, see? Esmol, that's where I come from. Right up there. Not sure any of those would be worth anything. Perhaps this one if you had the right buyer. I'm not sure who that is though. Most likely not worth even hanging on to. This, on the other hand, this I'm sure I could find someone to take off my hands. Interesting. Not even sure what it is. Maybe it's a fastener for a cloak. Perhaps a belt buckle, or I don't think you could put that in your hair. It would look rather silly. Maybe just a brooch or something. Maybe it was an emblem on some sort of a shield or the hilt of a sword back in the day. Anyway, fairly certain that's real gold. Yeah, pretty sure that's gold. I'm sure someone might take a fancy to that. Let's see what we've got here. Golden. What should I even call this thing? Should we just say that it's a buckle, maybe? Sure, okay, we'll go with that. Golden buckle. Perhaps someday find someone to take that off my hands. Well, I'm sure that most of the merchants here would take it off my hands, but whether they would give me a fair price for it or not, that's where we have the issue. Still a few things in here too. Let's see what sorts of treasures we can find here. A few little trinkets. That's not worth nothing. Those topaz. I think it might be. It's a lovely amber stone either way. Interesting. Lovely filigree on there too, around the edges, you can tell. Fascinating. Now this one, it's actually got a little pin on the back, so this one I know is some sort of a brooch. I suppose you could use it to keep a cloak up, but most likely it was more just decorative. Lovely though. Perhaps it was a symbol of some royal family someday, ages ago. You never know. That's the sort of thing that peddler there, I know, that gnome would have loved. She could make up a story about it for sure. Anyway, so one topaz brooch, we'll call that. I spill my ink, that'd be awful. One topaz brooch. Right. What else do we have here? What on earth is that? It's an interesting bracelet. I don't remember where I got this one. All these lovely iridescent looking beads. And some, is that amethyst crystal? Looks to be amethyst. And this metal was very strange. It's very cold to the touch. I wonder if it's enchanted. Oh, I don't particularly like magical things. Oh well. It's still lovely though. Metallic amethyst bracelet. Sure, I could get someone. Take that off my hands too. Wonder how the crew's getting on. Hopefully they'll have us ready to go. At least the rain has let up. I have shoved off in rain before, but I would very much prefer not to. Much easier to see when there isn't a downpour. This one's interesting too. Another buckle, perhaps. I believe this one is brass, though. Yeah, either that or very tarnished gold, but I don't think so. No, that's not gold. No, just a brass or perhaps copper. Some countries actually very much like their copper, so not completely worthless. Probably wouldn't get very much for it here. Yeah, maybe that's for a cloak. Or perhaps a scarf. You know, you could hold a scarf with it. I could see that. I don't know. Could definitely be a belt buckle too. Something like that. I don't think those are diamonds. Some other sort of crystal, maybe. Not sure. Either way. Worth something to someone, most likely. Alright. 1 brass buckle. There we are. Fix, scroll, jewels, jewelry, coin. Unfortunately, I think that's all there is. Like I said, it looks like a lot, maybe to you, but when you've got a lot of responsibilities, it takes a lot of money. Anyway, I believe that's all that I've got to inventory for the night. Unless I've got to sell the jewels off of me. Very much hope not. Never know, desperate times. I've had to do worse, I can say that. But hopefully our fortune will change at last. We'll find that fascinating trove from those old smugglers all those years ago. And you and me, friend, will be set for life. How does that sound? Yeah, it sounds rather good to me too. Anyway, thank you for keeping me company. I suppose today should be one for the books. Whether we find the treasure or not, it will certainly be an adventure to remember.